MBS.
Joker, Steve!
Alright, game 1. Steffen versus Mercury.
Go!
So we're seeing I feel like a very similar game plan once again for Mercury. Kind of staying close enough where we can get those hits, but far away enough where they can react to things such as minecart and just other burst options. Upping right into Mercury and getting the ledge cancel. Once they down smash covering both sides and Mercury getting hit, and we've seen that the TNT ledge trap from both Steves a fair amount, but Mercury ready for it, and very ready for that ledge cancel uppy once again. Already kind of letting Steffen know, hey, you can't do that against me. You tried it once, yeah, the first time was to learn, second time's where I catch you, and Merc once again Merc for the first time of this set having the lead. Or stock lead. Mercury barely living. If we can live long enough for this Arsene, they're gonna be in a really good position. Staying just as far back as to not die. Mercury trying to poke through the wall, not overcommitting all too hard. Getting good dash attack. And despite the fact Mercury doesn't even have Arsene, just getting damaged so well right now. But that's an up throw, that's a stop. A lot of pummels. I feel like that's a little bit of a tough of that's free damage. You're not mashing out of my grab. You know it's the small things that can really help, and every percent matters. Ooh, not being able to send out another anvil right away, but being able to take the stock to that one. Mercury not looking all too happy about that one, and just like that, Steffen having the lead. That bunch of rebounding. The diamond breaking. No more pickaxe for the rest of the stock unless Steffen chooses to renew it, but I feel like they're going to opt to just keep it for the next stock. Being able to have diamond on your last stock is so important, because that's the stock that matters the most. Arsene not having the best recovery, and Steffen abusing that right now. Using both that flint and steel and the anvil. And now Mercury just has to find the KO. Fair one into up air. No more Arsene though, and 112%. And Steve has diamond. It's scary, and Steffen knowing this, going to gather more resources. Because Mercury's gonna have to approach eventually. If you don't, Steffen's gonna get a lot of resources. That back air taking that stock. Very curious as to where we're going to be going for game 2. I feel like potentially Hollow Bastion if that isn't banned, because that's where Mercury went last time. But instead we're actually going to go to Smashville. Different player, but different playstyle. Makes sense. We're going to go to a different stage. I feel like that stock, when Mercury lost their second stock, it really helped Steffen. Having that lead, meaning Mercury had to approach. He couldn't really play the way he wanted to. He was earlier. No Sephiroth, man. So we get Yellow Joker and Steve for game 2. The Battlefield song on FD, let's go. An immediate minecart coming out. And the up tilt, and a very aggressive start. Steve's a character where a lot of time they'll immediately start mining, but Steffen's going in, acknowledging that they can still get some good damage off of their their early combos, and rushing down Merc. Steffen getting some nice damage right now. Both of them missing their F smashes though, and both trying to really fight for that center. Oh my gosh, that down air stall from Steffen I've never seen before. Oh, really showing that they know this character. In no ways just to help themselves. Mercury living that explosion though, and now this is where Steffen's gonna start grabbing materials, and knowing that Mercury's gonna be kind of a little worried a little hesitant to approach because of their percent. But landing right on top of Mercury at up smash, trading with that anvil, and now they're both on their second stock. Very good for Mercury of fucking that crafting table. A lot of people don't really do that. A lot of times it can be scary, but because of having the invincibility, just trying to push Steve off of it, knowing that he can't be punished for it, making him have to work that a little bit more hard to find the opportunity to get those materials for that weaponry betterment. Mercury playing well with the blocks right now. It's overall just reacting really well. Ooh, trying to get the stage spike with the block, still being a little bit too slow. And honestly, despite the fact that, against Steve, I feel like matches can be a little bit slow. This one, they're both kind of swinging. The down tilt's coming out. I feel like they're doing their job very well. Mercury just kind of, Joker in general just does not have the best way to deal with it. But I feel like a lot of characters can really show against that down tilt. Throwing off stage, getting some materials, and having that diamond for that last stock is, once again, I know I've said it so much, but it's just so important. Back there, but the block sending Mercury forward, and Arsene on deck. You really need this KO right now. And Steffen actually living. That surprised me, just how light Steve is, and Joker having max rage. And that Arsene almost being gone, which means they're not going to have too much of that Arsene for Steve's last stock, and they essentially are getting free diamond, and you have to be careful. Just trying to chip through that wall. Steffen just not letting Mercury, trying to get in and getting that up throw. Having another diamond if need be, so Steffen can take this as slowly as they want. Not really in any rush. Oh, falling out of the dash attack. Steffen getting some good damage right now. Ooh, rolling into that back air. The minecarts coming in, Mercury avoiding them. Mercury just playing so well against all of these things that Steffen is just throwing out right now. Ooh, Arsene going away at the worst possible time. That would have surely have been the stock, especially because of the blast zones on FD. And that back air taking Mercury out. If you're Mercury, you have to be a little bit frustrated at that. You were right there. That up air hit, and it connected, and Arsene decided last second, I don't want to be here anymore. You got this, don't you? And allowing Steffen to live, and now it's hard.
Stop the battle. Steve, Joker.
Alright, we're gonna see what magic Mercury has to make now. I feel like Mercury was playing well that game too, but now Mercury has to play well for about 3 games, and well, it may be hard. We're gonna see what happens. Game 3, Mercury versus Very good use of those guns to confirm into that grab. However, landing right on top of Steffen and getting hit by those up kills isn't great. Good tomahawk coming from Steffen as well. I feel like Steffen just has had really good grabs. I feel like we were watching D-Dog. I feel like something D-Dog wasn't really getting as much as was those grabs, and Steffen just placed them really, really well. Stalling in the air, but Mercury ready this time. Forward air closing it out and knowing that you're not going to hit back. You're trying your best to live off stage and getting punished for it. Mercury going with this, the good aggressive approach, and Tetratron coming out, catching him swinging. We'll be getting caught in the minecart. And Mercury not surviving that. However, he doesn't have diamond yet, and if you're in, that's a good thing right now. Off smash not being able to take it just because of the percent. Up tilt combo putting Mercury at 60, and Steffen missing that down to Mercury catching the jump with up smash. Ooh, grab coming out just a little bit too slow. Spot dodge, down smash coming out. Mercury being very patient right now, just waiting for Steffen to hit a button, giving himself space when needed, and just watching him hit buttons at a disadvantage right now. First the anvil and then the TNT. Mercury just feel like he's starting to understand a little bit more what he needs to do. Very, very good call out on that grab and avoiding it. And I feel like we really haven't seen like Steffen overly like almost starved on resources, but now we are. And now Steffen having diamond. This game is essentially even. Mercury having to be careful. Jumping out the minecart was really, really smart. Calling out that Rebels guard and one combo string putting them at 69 and 10 more from that minecart. Mercury has to be careful. However, Arsene not leaving him this time. Taking game 3, putting himself on the board. Mercury, I definitely feel like starting to understand this matchup a little bit more. Catching him, understanding when he's swinging at a disadvantage, or just what buttons he's trying to hit. I also noticed Steffen was now also understanding when Mercury was starting to Rebels Guard, or more so Rebels because Tetratron wasn't used after the first time, but defensively, I feel like both these players are definitely going to need to adjust. Watch when they're swinging, watch when they're hitting a button. Mercury doing without a good game for Mercury. And we're running it back to FD. I feel like that makes sense. Both players have done well here. Both have won a game. Both can win one more game. And I feel like Mercury just has also offensively just did so well game 3. So we're gonna see how what Mercury does now in terms of keeping up that aggressive nature. Mercury playing so well right now. Get up smash almost killing, and definitely feel like whoever takes this first off, it's going to be important. I feel like if you're Mercury, I feel like the person's going to want it more is honestly Mercury, just because of how the set has been going. And Mercury is in fact getting that first stock. Now, Mercury now being able to play a little bit slower pace if they so wish. Mercury being very careful about how they approach, knowing that Steve Walter honestly can be, depending on who you are, like feel almost impossible to approach, and good use of those guns into that grab. Mercury understanding that not getting touched that was super important. If that stock drops, so much damage could just be piled on, and Steffen hasn't been doing such a good job of just bringing that damage. And Mercury in general, just has been playing center stage really, really well, and Steffen really hasn't this game so far, and I feel like that's why we're seeing this percent difference. Mercury not committing too hard. I really like that Mercury ended up backing off, understanding, hey, I don't want to risk using my stock. I have the lead. Steve on an even stock is essentially like almost even percent with one combo, and just choosing to disengage instead of pushing advantage too far and overcommitting. And Mercury just taking another stock with that back air, having a very good lead. Steffen, you gotta take that second to breathe. You have Diamond. You can take this stock. You can. Well, a string and a stock KO would be really, really good for you. That's an up throw. That's not a stock taken. Mercury barely living, however, having no Arsene, but you know, you've had the stock for so long, and oh my god, Mercury's usage of those blocks. It's almost like Mercury's a Steve player. Just playing, just understanding. But that stock, the up throw, taking out Mercury's stock, but I guess it's a big lead right now. It's gonna be hard for Steffen to make a comeback. Let's see when Mercury reaches that minecart, and Steffen has to watch how they get back to stage. And once again, down air to up air, taking that stock once again. He really likes to try to end on that, I've noticed on FD. Now we're at a Game 5 situation, and Mercury's been playing very, very well.
Stop battle. Joker.
Game 5 situation. Steffen going back to the MBS smile tag. Going back to Steve, no more Enderman. And this time, going to Battlefield. I think this is a smart, I think this is a better counter pick. You know, FD clearly wasn't working. I don't know if more states will honestly help you just because Mercury's been playing. Mercury just not wanting to engage, however. Just very good damage coming out. However, Arsene's almost on deck, and we've seen how Mercury has been able to make use of that Arsene. Just get damage super, super well. And just secure stock so quickly. Down throw back air. Almost catching that ledge cancel, but just being a little, just not being at that placing. Mercury just trying to hit him right now, and Steffen's building a pretty good wall. Just utilizing those platforms to really make it so you can't really approach. S-Match not connecting for Mercury, instead of getting hit with a minecart. Steffen committing to disengaging and getting that up smash for Mercury, just trying so hard to force themselves in right now. And there's a little bit of impatience can really make it hard. Mercury just having to find a way to get the stock in. 48%. Diamond probably going to be on deck for that next stock, but Smash catching that jump out of shield that Steffen has been doing a lot, whether it be to jab or to back air. Very good on Mercury to catch that. Steffen really trying to slowly find their way in. And while you may be at 0 and you may not die, just Arsene gives you so much damage and it's slowly racking up, but Steve and Jen are also just, both these characters, when they have their tools at max, they just do a lot. But one of them has their max tools in terms of Steve with a diamond, and there's no more Arsene, so getting your damage, trying to kill, it's going to be a lot harder. No more pick though, and Steffen has to think, are you going to try to play the rest of the stock without pick? Or are you going to... We're going to try for that. Try to grab it now and see if you can get diamond later. However, with just the limited options, and on no pickaxe, so there's no forward air. honestly, I feel like Steffen should be trying to get that pickaxe. Just doing so many moves, thinking that they have it, and they just can't. Overall, just limiting their arsenal. And now that Arsene's out, with your limited options, you have to be careful. You can't forward air or back air, so Mercury's honestly kind of allowed to just swing. Without too much repercussions. But yeah, Tilt taking it. Now Steffen allowing himself to utilize that diamond. We're gonna see if that payoff was worth it. How much can they make use? The shield. Very good at Mercury to not match, however, still being caught by the spike. Now Mercury has to be careful. When your opponent gets damaged with diamond, it's scary. And that 57%, that doesn't mean much when Steve has diamond. Steve makes that in the combo. Mercury just spacing himself accordingly, but one up tilt into a combo. That's 42%. However, Arsene's on the deck, and Steffen does have access to that powered minecart. But overall, not that many resources. Taking the goal now. Right now, you really can't, like, you may not have your other tools, but you don't really have a choice. Very good from Mercury, going deep when he needed to. I really feel like if he didn't get that, he would have been in such a bad position, but understanding that Steffen himself was not in a good position either, that he just doesn't have the tools, and if he was able to get back his resources, Mercury would not been in a not so great position.
I'll be real, I don't think Merc knew that was game 5. He looked like he said
he looked
bands.
confused, yeah.
Hold on, after this, look. Right here, he does the little, like, finger thing. He's like, run it back, right?
Oh, he was like, oh, that was game 5. I mean, he's fought 2 Steves. They start meshing together at a certain point.
For real.